Let's have the next common properties of these four quadrilaterals. Let's try. So, one of the common properties of the quadrilaterals, aside from the two pairs of parallel sides, is that we have the diagonals of the quadrilaterals are bisecting to each other. Again, the diagonals of this quadrilateral bisect to each other. Let me illustrate this for you. So, example, I have my rectangle. If I have draw a diagonal here from one vertex to another vertex, then I have to draw my diagonal from one vertex to another vertex. There is a point of intersection. So, dun po sila nagsalubong. Ang tawag po natin sa kanya is point of intersection, or they intersect to each other, or they bisect to each other. Tingnan natin yung pangalawa. So, I have here, I have another one. Nagsalubong din po sila sa gitna. Another one. Nagsalubong din po sila sa gitna. Then the next one, and the other one, nagsalubong din po sila sa gitna. So doon pa lang, pwede na po natin masabi na, balikan ko yung tanong ko nung earlier videos ko, na a rectangle is a parallelogram. But at this time, ang gagawin na po natin ay, ang description natin is not for the sides, but it is for the diagonals. A rectangle is a parallelogram according to the diagonals. Again, a rectangle is a parallelogram according to their diagonals. And a parallelogram is a square according to their diagonals. And a square is also a rhombus according to their diagonals, and a rhombus is also a parallelogram according to their diagonals. Pero pwede po ba nating masabi na pag sinabi ko po, a rectangle is a parallelogram, is it always true? Absolutely, the answer is no. But we have to find some ways kasi meron tayong fruit. Ang fruit po natin, yung dalawang diagonals, nag-bisect sila sa isa't isa. And therefore, we can say that a rectangle can be sometimes a parallelogram. Sometimes a parallelogram, as well as a parallelogram can be sometimes a square. And a square can be sometimes a rhombus. And sometimes a rhombus can be a rectangle. Ano ang reason po natin? Because of the diagonals that bisect to each other. And that is the second common properties of our parallelogram. Now, let's have the third properties of this group of quadrilaterals. Remember that our quadrilateral, yung nasa taas is a rectangle, yung nasa right side, yung nasa left side, that is the rhombus, nasa katapat ng rhombus is a parallelogram, at yung nasa baba naman is a square. Kanina nabanggit po natin na ang atin pong properties, dalawa na po. We have these quadrilaterals has two pairs of parallel sides, and at the same time their diagonals bisect to each other. Now let us go through number 3 properties. If I have to say that this is applicable for the rectangle and the square. The rectangle and the square has 4 right angles. So this angle and this angle, this angle, and this angles form 90 degrees. Another one, we have this angle, and the other angles also forms 90 degrees. So, ano ang ibig kong ipahiwatig? Ibig ko lang sabihin, aside from the pairs of opposite sides which are parallel, aside from the diagonal which bisect to each other, pwede po pa rin natin ma-identify ng isang rectangle is a square according to the third properties. And that third properties is that according to their angles. So I can now say that rectangle is a square. Why? In the first place, their angles are exactly equal. So this angle measures 90 degrees, this angle measures 90 degrees, this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, and this is 90, and this is 90. And therefore, we can say that a rectangle is a square, and a square is a rectangle, vice versa, and the square is a rectangle according to their angle measures. But I could not say that a rectangle is always a square. In spite, I have to say that a rectangle is a square according to their angle measures, and it can also be a square according to the pairs of their sides, which are parallels, and according to their diagonals that bisect each other. In short, we can immediately identify the two figures as the same by their properties. So, how about a rhombus and a parallelogram? A rhombus and a parallelogram. Let us try. So, if I have this rhombus, a rhombus has two acute angles. A parallelogram has also two acute angles. It has also two obtuse angles in a rhombus, and in a parallelogram, we have also two obtuse angles. And therefore, these two quadrilaterals are interconnected to each other in terms of their angle measures. It doesn't matter kung anong klaseng angle measures ang meron sila. What is important ay ang kanilang acute angles ay parehas silang may dalawa. At ang pinaka-unique po dito, those two angles are opposite. We have now this. Our acute angles, which are opposite to each other, are the opposite of this angle, they are acute. The opposite of this angle are also acute. The other one, they are obtuse angles. And we have another opposite angles which are obtuse angle. So sa makatuwid, yung dalawang parallelogram na rhombus at saka parallelogram ay pwede po natin i-describe according to their angles. So pwede ko na pong sabihin na a rhombus is a parallelogram. Then, of course, your teachers would ask the reason why it became a parallelogram, since a rhombus is not exactly equivalent to a parallelogram. So the proof is that their angle measures, they have two acute angles and they have two obtuse angles. In that case, we can say that this rhombus can be a parallelogram and a parallelogram can also be a rhombus according to their angle measures. So, meron tayong dalawang batayan kung saan ay nakikita lamang po natin sa atin pong our parallelograms. Maraming salamat. Ang next videos natin is all about the properties of the four, new iba-ibang properties.